Hey, this is Douglas, and I just want to answer a few questions on what makes Spark special. Why are we different, and why should you build a computer from us?
Uh, why no cheap CPU for gaming computers?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So you may have heard or read articles about what great gaming performance you can get out of like a simple Pentium Haswell chip or a Core i3 or something like that. And they talk about, oh, it's such a great value to get good gaming performance. But the thing that a lot of those reviews and articles forget is average frame rate, right? So if you look at the maximum frame rate, it's like, it works, it's great. But when you actually build these computers and play with them and use them, which I've done, the experience is really poor. It's really limited, and you'll have spikes very often in games where the frame rate just dips drastically. So that's why even on our cheapest computer, we don't use anything less than a Core i5. I really believe that games and applications are getting more and more multi-threaded, and you really want at least 4 cores. Hyperthreading is great on the Core i3, but it's still not the same as a true core. So that's why we really stick with the i5, which has 4 cores.
So what's so special about your power supplies?
So every one of our power supplies in our computers is gold rated. What that means is it's really power efficient. In addition, these power supplies that we use all have like the highest rating from a website called Johnny Guru. You don't need to know what this website's about or what his deal is. Basically, he's one of the foremost experts on the internet on power supplies. He's been reviewing them for, I think, 20 years and has really excellent insights into what makes them good, what makes them last long, and all these things. So the power supplies on our computers are all like highly recommended by him, like the best of the best. What that means is it delivers efficient, safe power to the rest of your components, and you may never notice it, but it means your computer is going to last a lot longer than another computer.
So why no traditional hard drives?
So traditional spinning hard drives are the #1 cause of failure in any electronic device. Whether it's a Mac or PC, spinning hard drives cause the most problems, the most headaches. It's just the nature of their mechanical spinning disk that is more prone to failure. So by avoiding these entirely, our computers are much more reliable. Even our cheapest computer comes with a 500 gig solid state drive. That's more than enough for a good collection of games, and it also means your computer is going to run super fast. Solid state drives have changed the most in the last 10 years of computing, and they really make a huge difference in the overall speed of the computer. You can have all this other fancy stuff, like graphics card, CPU, but if you have a slow traditional hard drive, the computer's still going to feel slow. With our solid state drives, every one of our computers will feel fast, and again, it's going to last a long time.
So why the small case?
So the thing with computer cases is typically the limiting factor is how can you fit a full-size graphics card. That's really what you need to game. So these small cases basically shrink everything around, but they still fit that full-size graphics card. And so that's really important because you don't need a lot of hard drives anymore. We don't need optical drives anymore. We don't need all this extra cabling. And processors have gotten a lot more power efficient. So we have the solid state, the CPU, and then just enough room for a full-size graphics card. If you want to do overclocking and you want some extra fancy stuff, a bigger case can still be fine. But if you really just want what you need to game, these small cases are perfect.
Where are the Ryzen builds?
So, I'm sure you're excited about Ryzen. I'm excited about Ryzen. I've built one, it's right behind me. It's great, but I gotta say, it's not ready for prime time, at least in a business sense. The computer's great, it's fast, but there are a lot of bugs, there are a lot of weird issues that are still being worked out, and I wouldn't feel comfortable shipping that to you knowing that something in the future might go wrong. What I mean is not that anything's wrong with the hardware, they're just some softer bugs that AMD is working out. So that includes the BIOS on the motherboard, that includes the chipset drivers, and so this is a pretty large collaboration between AMD and their motherboard partners like ASUS or MSI or Gigabyte. So I'm following that, and I'm checking also the RAM compatibility, and I'm checking with my build, but right now I've noticed a few crashes and I just wouldn't feel comfortable selling it. So until that situation's resolved, I'm not gonna sell and ship one. But definitely as soon as that changes, I'm going to be happy to reevaluate my configurations.
Go.
Hey, There's just a few more questions that I'd like to answer for you guys. Go for it.
So why you?
Yeah, so why should you guys trust me with your hard-earned cash to build you a computer? Well, three main reasons. First one, I've been building computers for over 15 years. Secondly, I studied computer hardware at university. And then finally, I work as a software engineer. So what does that mean? Well, basically over my sort of technical career, I've come across a lot of different problems, all kinds of different problems, from building computers to supporting computers, just technology in general. And I've gotten really good at fixing them. In addition, because I understand both the hardware and the software, I have a holistic view of what makes a good computer and what you need for your applications to run well. So I have a really good idea to read past the marketing bullshit from the companies and get the right stuff for what you need.
So why can't I just build my own?
The main thing, you may just not have the time or want to deal with the hassle of building a computer. A lot of things can go wrong in the construction, to the testing, all these processes. And so I do all that for you. In addition, I do extensive stress testing of each machine that I build to make sure that it's going to work well for you for a long time.